You are listening to the Cookbook Love Podcast with Maggie Green, episode number 338.
Welcome to the Cookbook Love Podcast, a podcast that celebrates cookbook readers, buyers, collectors, writers, and clubs. And now your host, cookbook author, culinary dietitian, and cookbook writing coach, Maggie Green.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Cookbook Love Podcast. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well, and things are going well here for me today in my cookbook bunker. I am sitting here looking at a stack of cookbooks that I have been sent for spring releases, and I'm excited to bring you some interviews here in the near future. But for today, you get me again, and I'm going to give you a summary of what I taught in a workshop yesterday, all about getting paid to write your cookbook. And what that means in the context of the podcast today is I want to share with you some thoughts that I have about making money from a cookbook. Now, many of you might want to write a cookbook and your family is your audience, and selling a cookbook is never anything you desire to do. Your reason for writing your book is as a family project with sales not the focus. And I get that. I've done that very thing, and I totally understand why you would want to pursue that project. And in Cookbooks on KDP and in working with cookbook writers who want to write a book just for their family without sales, that makes sense, and I can help you. But today's podcast isn't about that. This is about you, if you're listening to me, who want to write a cookbook because you want to sell it. And you want a broader audience, and you want to generate a revenue stream from your cookbook. Now, this is a different type of cookbook then. But I thought what I would do today is kind of summarize some of the takeaways from the workshop that I taught yesterday and get you to think about your cookbook as a potential revenue stream for you or for your business. And I've got three different things here I want to talk about. So first of all, I want you to know that one of the myths about making money with a cookbook is that you need thousands and thousands of followers to succeed. And you need thousands and thousands of followers on social media to get published. And you need thousands and thousands of people who are following you, like a huge audience. But you know what the truth is? It's not how many people follow you. It's about how many people you are in relationship with that know you and like you and trust you and would love to buy a book from you. Because what if you have 100,000 followers, but 1,000 of those 100,000 are the only ones that really interact with you, and they're the only ones that would potentially buy a book from you? How's that different than if you have 2,000 followers and 1,000 of them would buy a book from you? There is no difference. It's still 1,000 people who are willing to buy a book from you. And that's what you really need to think about when you think about followers, is it's not just a number. It's not just a transaction. It is a relationship with another person. So whether you're creating a cookbook about health, whether you're creating a cookbook about a regional topic, whether you're creating a very specific topic, something you love, something you want to share, it's not about a certain number of people following you. You want to find your audience. You want to serve that audience, but it does not have to be a big, huge audience. 100 sales of a $30 cookbook would make $3,000 in gross profit. 1,000 sales at $30 is $30,000 in gross profit. So if you want to have profitable sales off of a cookbook, just get engaged with your audience. Okay? Number 2, the cookbook is really just the beginning when you think about the money you could earn off of a cookbook, because you do create income or money from a cookbook. There are royalties, maybe from a publisher, or if you've self-published your cookbook, it's money that you're making, getting a royalty check from Amazon. And as a matter of fact, I just got an email yesterday that I'm getting a royalty check from Amazon. So I know that KDP pays if you want to publish your cookbook that way. But most cookbook authors create multiple revenue streams from their cookbook or from their cookbooks. Maybe they sell their cookbooks in a bundle. Maybe they do pre-sales where you get a signed copy and maybe a class. Maybe they do digital or ebooks to go along with their cookbook. Maybe they teach workshops. Maybe they teach courses to expand on the book's content. Maybe as a result of your cookbook, you get a partnership offer or a sponsorship offer or an offer from another publisher to publish a book. All of these things are very real. They're very possible, and many of them have happened to me. So the shift is when you start to see your cookbook as a business asset rather than a one-time product, you increase your earning potential significantly. A business asset means that it is something that you invested time in creating, but now that it's there, it can actually be used in a multitude of ways to increase your earning potential. It's not just the sales off the book. It's not just the 1,000 books selling at $30 each to generate $30,000 in gross profit. It's all the other things that you can do now as a result of that book, because that book will open doors and give you opportunities and ideas for things that maybe you haven't thought of before. And number 3, the takeaway is one of the biggest roadblocks that my students face is that everything has to be perfect and everything has to be written before it's pitched. And that is not true. The most profitable cookbooks are not the ones that are the most perfect. They're the ones that people finish and the ones that people get out in front of an audience. So instead of obsessing over the details, get something out there. Talk to people, create maybe a small mini offer for them, see how you can help them, learn from the people that you're in communication with and in conversation with. Because the sooner you start to put your work out there, the faster you're going to learn what appeals to them that you love, that you want to write about, and the sooner you're going to get your book written and the sooner you're going to start making money from your book. Because, like I said, the publishing of it is just really the opening of the door. So please don't let perfectionism get in the way. Don't let self-doubt get in the way. You have to have the belief that you can do this and that this is possible for you. And if you don't believe it, join me and let me help you believe it, because I really think that the secret to taking a step into somewhere that's unknown is to have some support and accountability and someone to work with you, because this is very important, that we're not always working alone on something that is new. So if you are interested in working and getting support and accountability for your cookbook project, head on over to www.cookbookwritersacademy.com/getpaid, and you can work with me as I write my next cookbook proposal inside the program Get Paid to Get Published. And we are going to work together on getting your proposal written. And I've never done this before. I've never written a proposal inside the program, but I'm going to do that to show you what's possible. And I would love to have you join me. So if you are a food and nutrition expert who wants to get paid to write a cookbook so that you don't have to spend your own money to edit, design, or print the cookbook, the doors are opened for about the next 5 days. So head on over to www.cookbookwritersacademy.com/getpaid, and I'd love to have you join me inside the program. So that is it for today's episode of the Cookbook Love Podcast. This is your host, Maggie Green. And until next time, have a great day and keep loving your cookbooks.
Thanks for listening to the Cookbook Love Podcast. You can find out more information at www.cookbooklove.co.